If I had to start my real estate career over, I would do this one thing, and I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. However, now that I've been in the business for almost 12 years and I've implemented this one change that if I started from day one, I know because now I've done it and it's absolutely exploded my entire career. So I'm going to give you that information and more, but you got to stay tuned. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, the Real Estate Agent Playbook. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on the podcast, please share that episode. Super excited to get into this one because I just was having a conversation with a young agent. And when you first get into the business, it's certainly overwhelmed, right? But the biggest nagging feeling is that, okay, I need to make sure that I'm not getting in trouble. So you have this I'm the new agent feel. You have all of that stuff. And sometimes when there's big changes like the NAR commission lawsuits, it's not new getting into the career, but it's new jumping into something new that maybe doesn't feel natural to you. And we let that feeling kind of overwhelm us. And so what I certainly would have done differently is try and compartmentalize that. That is important. We need the contracts. We need to know how the real estate business works. But we also need to make sure that we are focusing on our business at large as well. So compartmentalizing that, still doing the training, still doing the stuff, but being laser focused in those moments, take that information and start to build your own trust factor in your heart and soul. That way, you do have time, you do have energy to do these other things that I'm going to talk about next. So looking back at it, it's all about connection, right? If I can be the connector, right? If I can have an answer for everything, if I can have a guy or a gal or, a person for whatever it is, that's absolutely the difference. But it's not just me, right? A lot of people are like, oh, you're connected. So, everybody comes to you for real estate. No, I want everybody to come to me for everything. But then I also can exponentially grow my net worth, my value, my net value to people by going out and seeking connections outside where it's not having to do with my business, right? If someone's on social media and they say, hey, I need somebody to, do some landscaping. Well, they're in my sphere of social media, right? But maybe I've never even talked to them. Maybe they're friends from, a Facebook group or something like that. They followed me, whatever. But if I can make that connection to another business owner, then that starts to make those connections happen. But it's not just for the person asking. Small business owners are absolutely out there grinding and they see that. So the more people that I can connect, even if it has nothing to do with a real estate sale or a real estate, house or anything like that, the more people that I can connect, the better it is for me, because it's not just, okay, here, this is that connection, call them. It's a true connection. Hey, I'll connect you on a text. What's your number? I'm getting that contact information so I can stack it in my CRM, but then I'm also connecting people. And so if I can focus, right, my time, my prospecting time, there's a little piece of it that's community partners and community businesses and all of those things. Yes, because I want them to know that I am the real estate agent for the community, but I also want them to know that I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to push business to them. And so if you're doing that, and it's more of a giver's gain, right? I promise you that my phone rings more and more and more and more each day because I'm always connecting people. And maybe it's 2 connections, maybe it's 10 connections, but at some point they're going to get a question asked about real estate or a property value or something along those lines. And they're like, you know what? I'm really good at furnaces and HVAC and ACs. Call Jeremy, right? And then that's a lead to me. That's a prospect. It's my job to convert that, see what they need, and then provide that value for them, right? Because if they come through a connection, right, to me, and then I start with, hey, I'm the professional for this little piece of the pie, but I have access to all these different people. The HVAC guy contacted me. They did that. But, we need to get a stager in here. Let's talk to this stager. This is what they do. Oh, you need a designer. You need this. You need sprinklers. So that's where you can really blow it up. And the cool part is, once that happens, you don't have to be a jack of all trades. You let the professionals take care of it. Right? One of my favorite things to do is when someone reaches out and texts me, hey, Jeremy, it's been a while, we're starting to do this. I had 2 today call me that have over $1 million house to sell and are going to move up, right? Even in this interest rate market, even this thing. But then it's like, hey, reach out to the lender. One of them is a past client who has purchased a home. So I sent them right back to the lender that they use, that they were happy with, right? And I made that connection. I said, hey, yes, I'll give you the value, but let's talk to the lender so that we can kind of see if the dream is there, right? If the dream is there. It's not me just saying, okay, yeah, let me come out, let me do a listing appointment, let me get you all excited to sell your house. And then, on the back end, you're going to call the lender at some point and they're going to be like, well, this is what your payment's going to be. You're going from an under 3% interest rate to an over 6.5% interest rate. And you're moving up in price. So that's going to be a shocker. Right? Let's just start on the front end. What makes sense? Okay, this is kind of where we're comfortable. This is what we could do. Have an estimate on what the house is going to sell for. And then we're starting to look at homes versus, trying to sell their house. Because the last thing I want to do is sell a house and then not have them fulfill that dream that they want to do. But it all starts with connections, right? And this is a huge thing in our industry right now. People are getting their loan offer, license, or doing, title JVs and all these things. Stay in my lane. I want to make that connection because I lose business technically when I'm not able to connect people, right? If I lose my lending partners because I'm a licensed LO, then that's a problem for me, right? Because the more and more we work together, the more and more they reciprocate, they send me leads, they buy houses themselves. And so the connection is really key. And so if I was going back to the beginning, I would focus on each and every connection that you have, whether it's a friendship, whether it's this, whether it's that, anything you can do to pour into people and connect with people and start developing your list. And people are like, oh, I have this really great vendor list. Go look at it. No. We don't want to do that because guaranteed, if someone goes to that vendor list, they're going to click the number and be like, hey, I need some hardwood floors. You're not getting credit for that. The referral killer, the referral chain killer is putting a vendor list on your website. I'm just going to go out here and say it right now. You want to be in the mix, making those connections as an agent. And it starts with you as a new agent, getting out there and meeting as many people as you possibly can in your community. I promise you that deals will come from this immediately if you're doing it enough, but also the deals will be plentiful moving forward if you continue to build that partnership, right? You're in a partnership with every single other small business owner that you send business to. It's not a referral partner. It's you are in partnership with them. You're helping them build their business. When they have the opportunity, they're going to help you build yours. And so if I could understand that piece and not be so focused on getting in trouble or making sure I filled out every single check mark, the truth is that transactions are all going to be different. You're going to learn a lot of things throughout your first 2, 3, 4, 10 transactions. And transaction number 100 might have something completely different. That's why I love this job. So why spend our time trying to master all of this when there's so many variables that could come in and things change instantly? Yes, understand the contracts, understand the flow of the industry, understand all of those things that you have to do, but don't put all of your energy into that. One of the worst things that brokerages do is they say, okay, for the first 90 days, you're just going to go to training. You're just going to learn this all. You're just going to do all of this. 90 days later, the agents are like, okay, I'm ready to go. I know all the logistical stuff. I know how to do it. I know the lead generation and I'm ready. Well, it takes 90 days to get your first deal closed at the very least, maybe not, but for the most part. So it's really about compartmentalizing the orientation, the onboarding, the learning, and then having a business development plan on the back end. That's the secret. If I started my business today, I would 100% focus more on the connections of other people and connections of other businesses, including in the short term, I would go to these classes and learn the contracts and all the things because you have to learn your tools. So by no means am I saying don't do that. I'm saying compartmentalize it so that you have energy and effort and all the things for growing your business. And what will keep you in the industry is this part, not this part. So hope you have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in chatting more, book a realtor game plan call below. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.